Oh, I have
So,
no.
little bit of housekeeping. Did you all remember to level up? Because if you didn't,
Yes.
that's your problem.
Yes.
Yeah, to
I'm never
level
sure if I
9.
do it properly or not.
Yeah, I'm level 30.
You definitely didn't do it properly.
Okay, you know what? Dynasty, simple question. How?
That's for me to find. That's for me to know. You to find out, weather boy.
I'm gonna be entirely honest. If you actually made your character level 30, I'd allow that just to see. Yeah, sure.
It's called multi-classing.
Next thing you know, just holds up a little stick figure with a 30 over the top of it.
Yeah, just little pixelated.
There's 3 levels in every class.
That's some whack quick maths there.
Okay. I mean, it's not 3 levels in every class because there are 13 classes, but
Yeah,
we won't talk about that. 14 if we count Blood Hunter, which I do. But let's not get into that. Hi everyone. I'm very tired and drinking too much coffee tonight.
Hi,
So,
Mr.
just drinking
Very
too much.
Tired.
a few things. The laptop that I'm using is being a little bit tonight for some reason, and Tailspy is not agreeing with me. So there is a battle map. Whether or not I get the chance to use it, who knows? We're gonna find out as we go. But everything seems to be agreeing with me right now.
If I can help, I've got Tailspire open. I don't know if that helps at all, but I'll try.
It's all good. For some reason, it's not letting me place anything in the map is my problem. So I'm just trying to fix that as we play.
Okay.
But that being said, let's get you guys dead.
What?
No, just egg.
Yeah.
Just egg.
I would never kill Egg. He's my favorite.
Yeah.
We've got karate on you.
Dynasty, on the other hand, he's fair game.
Wow. 2 minutes in.
Didn't know you didn't like Americans. Okay.
No, you did. We covered this
I made
last
that
week.
very
There was
clear.
a whole 10-minute rant. We covered New York. We've been there.
Not Americans, just that one.
I know. We always go through this little loop.
No.
I say
You're
this
all
is like
amazing and
Americans. He
beautiful,
goes,
and I
no,
love
I
you
don't
all."
like this one.
Yeah.
When we ended last session, you had met up with the getaway gang, Will and his cohorts at Little Oak, and you had been privy to a plan that somehow involved no tripping. It might involve tripping. There's a lot of room for improv in this plan, but basically the plan was Will was going to sneak down to one side of Loom Lurch, the large fallen tree that Scabatha uses as her home. He would sneak down to one side. The getaway gang would sneak down to the other, and you all would basically approach from what is more or less the front. You would purchase some candy from the goblin markets, use that to barter your way into a meeting with Granny Nightshade, where at that point the getaway gang would cause a distraction. You all would do what you need to do with Granny Nightshade, and then you all would free one group of children, who would hopefully be close to your location by this point, and Will would free the other. That was kind of the entire plan. There wasn't like specific details. You guys weren't provided like a map of Loom Lurch or anything. Like there was a map, like vaguely scrolled out, but like the picture of Loom Lurch you drew was just like a tree. Like that's not what Loom Lurch looks like. That's not a good map. But he's a kid. He also is apparently hundreds of years old, but he's just a kid.
It's like Peter Pan.
You all are currently accompanied by Lamlorna in one of her 3 humanoid forms that of a small elven girl. Sorry, Lamorna, not Lamorna. Lamorna. She is currently holding hands and squeezing very tightly onto Rennick. Not because she likes him, but because she likes Gloam, his cat.
Gloam's missing right now. I don't know where he is.
Gloam is off on an adventure. Tune in several weeks for that weird one shot. I assume. Do an animal adventure. Why not? That'd be fun. In the meantime, though, the last thing that happened was you all got some. How would the youth say it? You got some spooky vibes, bruh, off Will. Is that how the youth speak? How do the youth speak? I
don't think anyone speaks like that.
I'm sure that's how they speak. It's okay. I'm here with the kids. I know what I'm doing. It's the kids who are wrong.
Jay's one of those hip fellas. He's rad.
I'm cool.
He's
Um,
totally gnarly, dude.
Groovy.
Validation.
I was trying
I'm
to think of
cool.
gnarly. Thank you, Spar. And I went with rad.
All good words. Radical.
Totally gnar, brah.
Oh god.
Hey,
Yeah.
my hometown says we're surfing town, man.
Side note, my daughter like messaged me the other day and goes, "Yes, queen."
Seems legit.
Fair enough. Yeah, you got
I
this
didn't even reply. I was so confused.
this almost like aura
The correct
of
response is "Yas, Butch."
211-year-old? No thanks.
Yeah.
The guy learned the word sometime.
So yeah, you guys got this sort of like this aura of malice and evil off of Will of the Feywild.
Mhm.
But instead of investigating that further, you all just kind of were like, "I will deal with that when it comes up," and moved on.
No, he left.
Yeah, but none of you tried to stop him. None of
Oh,
you
I
were
didn't
like,
know that was an
"Hey,
option.
Will, is everything okay?" You
No,
did surmise that
it
he was
kinda was.
cursed in some way. Lamorna told you that, but in what way specifically? Who knows?
I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah, sure, it's fine. I'm sure he's not going to murder all those children. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure this adventure isn't about to take a very dark turn.
Oh, that's not ominous at all.
Yeah, I'm sure a person who is obsessed with horror and loves horror hasn't totally been running a whimsical venture up till now, so that you guys wouldn't see the horror
Yeah.
section coming.
Yeah, but you wouldn't kill kids though. Like if
Oh,
they're
wouldn't
off
I?
limits. Yeah.
Are you
It's like
making that assumption?
Skyrim, they can't die.
You did
No.
figure out last session that is as far that there is some sort of strange magic that anytime a child would get gravely injured, just makes them vanish. They just leave. You guys don't know what that's about either. It sounds ominous though. They fall into a big furnace at the end of Toy Story 3.
Oh
all
no, no.
Yeah. So, that being said, you are all currently making your way down to the entrance to Loomlurch. Were there any final things that we wanted to do? It's about a 5-minute walk from out of the forest where you are to the Goblin Market and the 2 bridges that will lead over the trench to Loomlurch. Was there anything that any of you wanted to do or get done before you
Above
headed?
the
Is it
table
strange to do
conversation
anything?
with the group, is now a good time for me maybe to consider calling upon the Pegasus that is part of the Axe of Arbor Echo as a bit of aerial support, maybe a bit of backup.
How long does that last?
10 minutes.
How long does it take to
It
cast?
lasts an hour.
No, it lasts for the day.
I was gonna say that's a very short air support.
How long does it take to get it
10
come up?
minutes.
That's probably what takes it 10 minutes. 10 minutes to cast.
Yeah, 10 minutes to cast for Find Greatest Steed, and it lasts for the day, I think.
Okay, so there is actually no. So I've read and reread Find Greatest Steed since you messaged me on it today. There is no limit to how long Find Greatest Steed lasts.
Cool.
So
You can
when
just
you
do it.
summon him, he will
Yep.
stay until he hits 0 hit points, or
Yep.
until you decide to dismiss him, and then you can cast a spell again to re-summon him with full hit points and any conditions that he had removed.
So it's not even one per day?
It's 1 per day. But like if
Yeah,
he
okay.
dies on a Tuesday, you wake up on a Wednesday, you can
Yes.
get him
You
back.
can kill him on a Tuesday or Wednesday.
You do have to be bonded to the steed itself. But the axe has already chosen a steed to bond to, so you don't have to worry about spending all of your time trying to find a bloody like dire wolf or griffin or Pegasus or something. It is already bonded to one form.
Yeah.
Um,
And it's a Pegasus, yeah.
Technically, you can also release the Pegasus from this bonding, but then like shit out of
Why
luck
would I-
on that spell.
Why would I do that?
Yes, but yeah,
I
there's
think it'd
actually
be
no
pretty
limit
cool
to
and
how
fun
long
if you
it
did.
lasts. You can just
I'm going to pass.
summon it, and then
Unless you're going to swap Gloam for me.
it'll stick around as long as you would like it to, or until it dies a bloody death.
I don't know
It's
enough about what
semi-permanent
we're
bloody
walking
death
into.
until
I'll
the
leave
next
that to you
sunrise.
smart people.
Isn't
worry,
she
Spire,
like
I'm too
inside a
trained.
house? What would air support give
Well,
her?
I not necessarily for
But
when we
if-
purchased the lollies. I just figured we're then supposed to take, said candy.
we could
Um,
like trade the Pegasus for a bunch of lollies,
Absolutely
then
not.
re-summon
Thank
it.
you. We shall do nothing of the sort. Well, you
Hey.
know what? I'm just gonna not call on that, and
Could I ask
later
a-
on, you want a
Sorry,
quick getaway? Bad luck.
Could I ask a quick question of our illustrious streamer, Spar? Spar, did you mention just before the stream that you have a dexterity of like lower than 10, an intelligence lower than 10, and a charisma score lower than 10? Were those the
Yes.
three stats? That's funny. The Pegasus is better at all three of those things than you are.
That's not surprising. Like, you're not the brightest
Bit
clown in
aggressive
the
as well.
shoe
The
drawer.
Pegasus is also just as wise as you are.
Oh,
I'm just going to
that's
point out
smart. That's a
the
wise
Pegasus
horse.
is the Pegasus is a better option than your cleric at the moment.
Seems legit. Maybe
Oh,
I can just sit on the Pegasus and
It's
let
just
him,
It
your
has
let him
less
character is
take
very
buttons.
over.
close to how reality is, isn't it, Spar?
Yeah,
Yeah, it
I,
has
mate,
I
less
it's
will
buttons,
point out
and
the
you do not
imitating
know
life
what
at the
you do
moment.
not want to know how you have to
Art is
get to the
imitating
bag
life.
of holding on the Pegasus.
Pegasus has no negatives in any scores. I've just noticed. Looking over at a stat log,
I could
that's
just see
worrying.
this dwarf reaching around the back of the Pegasus to give birth
yes.
to wherever it's
What are you doing
holding.
with
Hang
that
on,
long
got it.
glove? Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
gonna
now I'm
want me to
scared.
keep it on.
like can you communicate telepathically with it? So maybe you could like keep a lookout.
Look, I've done research on this, and I'm told quite reliably by God in the lower left-hand corner of my screen that there's a character that may or may not be voiced by someone if and when said Pegasi
Yeah,
is summoned.
there may have been a
Cannot confirm or
conversation that
deny.
when
It's currently residing in my axe.
there may have been a message conversation that went exactly, just so you know, the Pegasus cannot speak, and then a certain person who happens to be in this call said, "Damn, I was working on a voice," and then I said something along the lines of, "Right, I can speak then. I don't care."
Which was followed by many happy emotes.
That I have not yet seen.
Which chat was this?
That
A
was
conversation at
that
some
was a,
point.
that was a yeah.
It-
Were
uh,
these the
separate
DM's
chat.
boys?
You know he's a
That was-
favorite.
It was at Saturday drinks. You get sorry, Egg, did you get the
Well-
invite? Everyone was there.
No.
Rennie came over from
It was
Yeah, I
17
wasn't
dumb
invited either.
questions followed by one like good one.
What?
First time hearing, but that's okay. We're apparently a bit too holy for those drinks, Egg.
Absolutely not. I just didn't want to, drop something in the middle of a stream without first checking that was even a possibility.
this
Spire
Pegasus.
just had, drinks with our benevolent god.
Because I was in the middle of a nap when he messaged me and was too tired to try and figure out the repercussions of it. This Pegasus can talk. Same as every other damn thing in this.
This is what I was hoping for. Because, if there's one thing we have in our party, it's a distinct lack of characters that are side kicks.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, we need
You
more.
guys need more tag-alongs. That's exactly
Yeah,
what you need.
Absolutely.
Quite frankly, not enough of them.
Well, let's go
Glad you
ahead
feel the
and,
same way.
and summon it then.
Well, all right.
But you go ahead
Only
and
if
summon that
sure.
whenever you want, Zenfire. You don't need to ask us. If you think it's a good
Look,
idea,
it wasn't above the
bring your
table. I just
horsey.
wanted to check first.
Yep.
But,
and the response is above table.
so,
And
back
apparently,
under-
I'll just have a nap on the Pegasus's back, and Pegasus can take over for me.
hey, buddy, you've
Sweet.
got a raft,
it-
right?
yeah,
Like,
it's-
Okay. So
Don't
you
mention the raft.
are you beginning the casting for your Pegasus?
yeah, so I can just do that as we're walking, yes?
Yeah.
Uh,
No.
no.
Yeah.
You will need
No.
to stop
Stop.
and actively focus on casting the spell for
Oh
10
my
minutes.
god, thinking. So I just hit the one charge button that
Yeah.
I see in my cast. Yep, cool.
You hit the one charge button, your character does a series of very confusing chants. You guys watch as the Axe of Arbor Echo is like the head of it is placed on the ground. The wooden head of the axe breaks and splinters. And it reforms itself into this almost like just long, maybe 8 foot tall by the time it's done, pole in the ground, and then the pole splinters again. And as the pole splits, there is a shimmering silver like mist on the sort of like inside of that split. And stepping out of it, you see a horse-like figure. It is purely white, absolutely majestic, with 2 large angel-like wings, black hooves, and a pair of Ray-Bans because it's a cool dude. As your Pegasus steps forth, tell me, did you want to pick the name for your Pegasus?
I have a name, yes.
Okay, cool. Just so you okay, what is the name? What is the name that you have chosen for your Pegasus?
DM it, DM
Nikita.
it, DM it. Wanted to be surprised.
That's cool.
I just looked
Or-
over
or
the
you
stream
could-
and I
you
just
could
see
just-
a red circle with a
You
slash.
could just
through
say it out loud so I can write it down.
Oh, I did. Sorry. So yeah, like there we go. Pegasus has been summoned. I don't have glasses, so this is the best I can do right this second.
It's okay. What's his name?
Hello, darlings. Her name is Nikita. You might know me from the Air Pegasus family.
I think you broke egg.
Egg, darling. Albert, you look radiant over there.
So,
My squishy paladin.
so for anyone who doesn't know anything about Dungeons and Dragons, artifacts like the one that is wielded by our wonderful Zenfire have a very long history within the world. They tend to have very long, extensive backstories, where all of their features and traits are explained, like the fact that a very powerful axe might be able to summon a very specific Pegasus. That's not just a random trait the axe has within its backstory. It explains why it can summon a Pegasus and why this Pegasus specifically is summoned. In 2 sentences, he has ruined 90% of the backstory for this axe. I gave this man too much power. Carry on.
It's fine, God. Don't worry about it.
You call it Nikita. Oh.
Nikita?
Gender of Pegasus. Just gonna cross that out later. First thing.
His gift keeps giving. You kill, I come back tomorrow.
Ooh. I'm gonna need so much goddamn coffee.
But you want to put something in that coffee, I think.
I think it's time for me to have a beer.
That seems
One of
right.
those days. Okay, you summon Nikita, the vaguely Eastern European Pegasus. I would say Russian, but I'm not convinced that's what it
Darling,
is.
how dare you?
And we're gonna keep moving forward.
That was good.
Please, if we can, yes.
Oh, Jesus Christ, what have I done?
Insight check.
You have to roll a natural 40 for that one, brother.
It's just very funny to imagine like he stuffed up one word in the summoning and just summoned the wrong Pegasus. Like there's this like majestic
with that.
Pegasus who's like the right hand of one of the gods, like this like fabled like mount of like a great dwarven war hero just standing there like, I heard the spell being cast, but he never finished it. Wonder if that dude's okay. And just somewhere off like in a
I'm ready
bar,
to go, coach. Put me in.
in a dive bar somewhere, just Nikita was just throwing up into a toilet and then just, I feel kind of weird. There's a portal open. She's like, oh,
Yeah,
wander
you know,
through
just-
here, why not?
Using a hoof to wipe off some vomit.
I
Excuse
like the
darling, I
idea
have to roll.
that he's saying the chant wrong, which is why he's not getting the correct Pegasus.
So this
Every time
we've
he
got
summons it, he'll just cycle through Pegasi until he finds
We can
the right
do
one.
that. That's
that
this
would be
is-
so much. That's so
this is
good
like
idea.
the act 1 of the
This is
water
getting
boy
better and
Pegasus.
better.
I hope that Nikita hangs around long enough to become like,
Oh.
act 3 water boy Pegasus, not just act
I-
1.
I love Nikita. Nikita's my new favorite NPC. Yes.
Oh, excuse
Okay,
me.
Nikita.
Nikita, if you could
So-
provide support for us from the air and just keep an eye on things, that'd be great. No problems, darling. I'm out of here.
I like how you keep doing
I have no glasses.
Oh,
I was not
Um,
ready for that.
as Nikita takes off to the sky,
does
and
Nikita
begins-
have like a leopard skin print
No,
saddle?
it's pure
heading
white,
up
black
above
boots.
Loomlurch.
Very saucy.
You all continue down to Loomlurch. You see, sure enough, a massive fallen oak just big enough that there is a small mansion inside of it. It is enormous. You can see around it there are gardens and towards the front entrance, the southern side of it where you are approaching from, to one side there is a large collection of tents which have been described to you as the goblin markets. You can see that there are two gnarled bridges that have been formed by tree roots spanning this rocky, dried up, deep riverbed. One of them, the crossing puts you directly at what appears to be a large entranceway to Loomlurch itself. The other, maybe 50 feet to its right, puts you over the bridge to the Goblin Market. Were you guys... So, obviously, you guys know the plan. Your job is to get some candy from the Goblin Markets and then but somehow get a meeting with...
Scabatha.
with the Granny Nightshade.
And
you
Snack
guys
is still
gonna
stoned at
do
this
that?
point, isn't she?
Oh yeah, she's off her tits, mate. Like, holy shit.
How can we not take the stone fairy into the Goblin Market for candy? I feel that'd be irresponsible not to.
I'm pretty sure we couldn't stop her if we tried.
But I'm pretty sure if we just trick her saying it's not candy,
I don't think we
it'd be
should get
pretty
in
easy
between a stone
because
fairy and
she's under the
snacks.
influence. Because if we buy snacks, we have a character named Snack.
I gotta lock on this.
So you guys want to
Just gotta get it past her.
Do you guys want to go and get the candy and follow the plan to a tree, or do you guys just want to go straight into Loomlurch? Like, there's a massive opening you can just walk into.
The
I
plan.
don't know. I think
we should
I don't know
follow
why
the
he would.
plan. And
Yeah,
no,
follow the plan.
Why
You guys could
Will lie to
literally-
us?
Let me loose in the Goblin Markets while you guys like sneak into the entrance.
Visions of like a
Snack.
destructed candy store with like a fairy leaning on the counter, like looking very overeaten and unhappy with themselves. And not a piece of candy in sight.
Miss Snack, what languages do you speak?
I think Elvish and English.
And chocolate.
Where is it?
And baked goods.
Dante's just on a roll today.
Languages should be on the left-hand side of the character sheet on D&D Beyond,
Yeah. How many?
with your
Yeah,
weapon
bottom left,
proficiencies
isn't
in
it?
that.
Yeah, under armor, weapons, tools, languages.
Yeah, she's got Common, Elvish, and Sylvan.
Okay. When during this brief conversation you guys are having, do any of you speak Infernal?
No.
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 None of you understand what she's saying then.
Wait, what
Okay.
about the Pegasus?
Lovely.
Oh, she's stoned at
You guys just hear Garluk Moon Bra coming out of this tiny fairy, like this booming demonic voice.
Influence candy.
I
Always in
I
those
think she
brownies.
wants more food.
Hey, get some more snacks out of your hole.
The only snacks I have left are more of those brownies, and I am not opening up for that. Those are for Scabatha.
That's fair.
So,
Well, do we
As
need to go
you're-
to the markets then? Can we just go straight to Scabatha with our brownies?
you can try to head straight to Scabatha with the brownies if you want.
I
But
think-
what happens if she doesn't want
How are we doing it?
drugged
Are we just marching in
brownies?
there going, hey, hag, have some brownies? Or are we going to, like, utilize the rogue that we have to maybe sneak brownies in?
No, offer them to her.
I'm surprised the rogue didn't take off following Will, like charging off for his
what
doom
if
like
she
normal.
says no?
I wanted
Get
I was
Granny
just thinking
Nightshade
this is gonna be
high.
bad.
Generally, I think I learned my lesson with our DM, so I'm just gonna stick with the party.
Are we going with Will's plan, or are we going straight in? What are we doing? Because I have
I
no
don't see
idea
no
what
reason
snacks
not to
on
go with
about.
plan.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm not sure that Will's plan
We'll-
covered the actual how do we
We'll
get
save
convince
the
her to
brownies for
eat
Scabatha and
brownies.
we'll give the sweets to everyone else.
The thing was that we would draw attention by buying sweets because Granny Nightshade likes sweets. It seemed flimsy as a premise.
Hmm.
That's a big word.
It seemed
I
fine
have
to
a very
me.
sinking feeling that we're the distraction.
Rennick, you feel Lamorna sort of tugging on your hand and like motioning down to say something to you.
I kneel down.
She whispers in your ear, if you want to arrange a meeting with her, you have to talk to Chucklehead or Pincushion.
I want to talk to Pincushion.
And where are they?
Yeah, I'm
Lamorna just shrugs. I think Chucklehead's a goblin, so probably the goblin markets. But I don't know
Okay.
what or where Pincushion is.
Rennick cracks his
Yes, we're
knuckles.
going.
I'm speciality with goblins.
Cracking your knuckles or taking off your tunic?
Remind
same
me, Rennick,
difference.
did you win that goblin
I believe
wrestling?
I
Yes,
think
he
I did.
did.
I can't remember.
He did.
I think naked jelly wrestling was the big winner on the day.
Yeah, I'm just going to start rummaging around in the bag of holding, just seeing if there's any grease that I can give to Rennick if he's going to go meet up with any goblins after the last encounter.
Just you guys just slather me. in
Just looking to see if we have any.
like a big wrestling match coming up. I'm walking down past the crowd. Just
Rennick, I'm sorry that this next encounter may be a dry run, my friend. There is no jelly left.
I'm going in dry.
So, what do you guys want to do?
I still think we should get sweets and then look for the two that we were told to look for.
Chucklehead.
I think we need to head to the markets. Everybody keep an eye on Snack, please.
Just put it in your bag of holding, bro.
Heading across to the
No,
bridge
that's what the
to the
brand
markets.
Oh shit, yeah.
You see 3 stalls selling candy are situated in a small clearing here, lit by windows carved into the giant falling tree to one side of it. 2 goblins are working in each stall, and the whole enterprise appears to be watched by a goblin with what appears to be a giant toffee apple head, who's muttering to himself. As you all enter the clearing, you see the toffee. All the goblins sort of look over at you guys, and you see them sort of whispering to each other. You see like one little kid goblin sort of like running between them. He looks kind of excited, and he's sort of like whispering to the adults. And you see them pointing to your group. You think they're pointing at Rennick specifically.
Point at Rennick.
Rennick, a small goblin child with what looks like basically a shiv charges out from behind one of the stalls and runs at you, Rennick.
I move. Is the I can't remember her name, but as long as the one that I was piggyback right. I'm bad with names.
Lamorna, she is already
Lamorna.
standing behind you, very scared of goblins.
Okay, as long as she's not in the way, I'm gonna get in a
The
stance
child
to
runs over
try
to
to
you.
stop him. I'm not gonna like hurt him. Just like not be
He
stabbed.
reaches into like a small like pocket in like a ratty vest he's wearing and pulls out what looks like an apple and hands you the knife and says, "Can you sign this?"
You signed this.
Aw,
Yeah, I'll
wants you to
sign it.
carve your name in the apple.
I carved my name in the apple.
You carve your name in the apple. He looks and says, "That doesn't look anything like me. Thanks, mister," and turns and runs away. You know the goblins can't read.
It'll bring you great gold at some point.
Thank you. He runs away. Off camera, he trips on and falls on the dagger, and that's the end of him. But we don't see it.
What? Someone tripping and dying.
It's fine. They've got like 50 more.
It had to happen.
Goblins.
My
What
only fan died so
You
quickly.
see a few of the adults start like moving towards your group slowly, and you see the goblin with the toffee apple head sort of hikes up his pants and walks over and says, "Hello there."
You guys don't catch me licking this guy's head, I'm gonna be very disappointed.
You're licking his head?
Please
Are
tell
you,
me you did not say that.
"Are you who I think you are?" He points at Rennick.
Me? Prince, who do you think I am?
Slippery one.
How am I supposed to
gonna-
keep a straight face with that, bro? Come on.
Luggage is going to be in his inability to stealth, trying to just sidle around the back of this guy to pull Snack off the back of the toffee apple head.
He doesn't even notice. He is enamored with Rennick. He says, "Oh, it is you, isn't it? I
Yes,
knew
it
I
is.
gotta be honest. I never thought we'd get a real celebrity here. Oh, it's an absolute pleasure to meet you, mate. I'm Chucklehead. I'm not in charge. If you need absolutely anything at all, you let me know, right? I'm a huge fan of your work, right? Oh, guys, it's him. It's the champion. It's the fucking champion. Could you sign some stuff for us, mate? I'm gonna be honest. We're probably
Of
just gonna
course,
sell it on
brother.
eBay. and-
Of course.
Yeah, we're just gonna like sell it on eBay for a profit. But, you know, like Goblin's
Yeah,
gotta
you
do
know,
what
I get
Goblin-
it. It's a hustle.
Try-
It's a hustle.
Trade
Rennick,
signatures for
reciprocity.
candy.
Reciprocity.
Here.
Candy
Wait,
in a
cut that
meeting.
out.
I'll
Candy
sign,
in a
I'll
meeting.
sign it whatever
Candy
you
in a
guys
meeting.
want if you can give us some candy.
He
And a
says,
meeting.
"Oi, cut that out!" And he smacks a hand near your pocket, and you see the small goblin child has looped around and is like pulling the dagger of venom out of its sheath when no one's looking. Just like pick on you. He's like, "Oi, you can steal from the other lot, okay? Not him though, not the slippery one. Oh, you slippery bastard. Okay, everyone, get this man a chair and a table. Oh, he's got some stuff to sign. Before you know it, a homemade chair and table is placed in front of you, and a stack of like maybe 200 blank pieces of parchment is slammed on the table.
Rennick and
Holy
my
shit.
worst nightmare.
Oh, if you could just sign these, that'd be. We got a lot of kids. Wink. He doesn't wink. He just says the word wink.
All right, here's
A
the
little bit of
deal.
negotiation.
If I sign all of these, you give us candy, and you take us to the Nightshade Queen.
You're here to see Granny Nightshade?
Yes.
Oh, fuck this shit off then. He slams the papers off. Let's get going then. Oh,
But the candy. But the candy.
he turns around to you. You see him like he reaches into the toffee apple head and just pulls out a handful of candy. Here's a fucking do. Pops it back in. Righto, let's go.
Okay.
He turns back around and leads you back over the bridge that you came from, and then in on the second bridge. He leads you into what looks like.
You know, I'm kind of glad,
A-
Jay, you got us out of there because I would have spent too much time there. I would
Yeah.
have spent too much time there.
Yeah, things could have got very naked and oily very quickly.
You can
I'm
see
Jay,
like, who wants a challenge?
Are we currently being led by Chucklehead? 'Cause
Yes,
Can I
you are.
Can I speak to Rennick while he's leading us?
yes, he is very much. Rennick is sort of like the one being led. But you can talk to him. Yeah, definitely.
Rennick, and I'm just going to keeping one eye on Snack so she stays away from my torso. Just take out half of the brownies from my torso and pass them into Rennick's hand because he's Chucklehead's distracted. So I'm not trying to do anything stealthy or sneaky.
Okay.
Just hand them to
I'm
him.
trying to do something stealthy
can-
and sneaky here.
can
Can I?
you-
Go
Can
ahead.
you try and mix these in with the candies if you can get them off Chucklehead?
Yes. I'm gonna try to sleight hand it so Snack does not see me have them.
Oh yeah, she's
and
off her
I've just been
gourd.
locking shit down,
Snack's-
watching Snack the whole time.
Snack at the moment is too focused on the fact that all of you have various different animal heads instead of your real heads.
Okay.
It's weird.
I was so ready to do this check too.
So
All right. Yeah, I'll do that.
you are led to what appears to be a small parlor. You see this chamber is nestled between walls of twisted roots with a T. Yep. Through gaps in which you can see the eerily beautiful woodland surrounding you. Like, it's Loomlurch is weird. It is Thither is a beautiful place, but Loomlurch is like they've picked up a piece of hither and brought it here. But it gives the forest around it this almost like dark, but still very beautiful appeal. Like you're in like this weird dark patch in a very bright place. It stands out. A closed wooden door stands opposite the root bridge that led you into this room, in the center of which are 4 armchairs encircling a small table that has been laid out for a tea service. A painted wooden box, 3 feet on a side, rests in a corner. A crank protrudes from one side of it, causing it to resemble an oversized Jack-in-the-Box. Chucklehead says, "Rightio, just wait here." He pulls some candy out of his head. I'll go grab her. Just wait here. She'll be out in a moment. and he heads in through the door. When he heads in through the door, he leaves it slightly ajar. What do you guys want to do?
I am going to stealth up to that door and try to peek in and not be seen or listen in.
Yeah, easy. Not even going to make you roll for that one. It's sneaking into a whole thing, and you're very good at it, and no one is going to question you because you're the slippery one.
Figuratively and
Oh my god, I'm not sure
You
how
can
I'm going to go
see.
throughout this day knowing I've been called the slippery one.
You sort of poke your head in through the door, and you can see flickering lanterns illuminate a cluttered workshop filled with soft ambient music produced by bells and chimes. Before I finish describing this, is anyone else doing anything else while Rennick is looking in through the door?
knowing
Just
my
yeah,
ability to sneak,
small
I'm very
tea
much
area,
I'm not.
4 chairs, and that large oversized jack in the box.
So the candy wasn't left on the table?
No, he took a handful of candy with him.
Let's sit down, I guess.
Can we see anything else in the room? Is there anything that looks... I'm a bit concerned meeting a witch that there's traps or something untoward after Babylon's cottage.
In this small parlor area, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Make me an investigation check.
Oh, but I'm shit at investigation checks.
but some of us might not be.
Well, can someone of us help? 15.
Sure thing. There doesn't appear to be. This just appears to be a small parlor space for tea. You can see while Rennick is looking in through the door, Lamorna, the young girl, has gone over and is like on her knees and is in front of the jack in the box.
No,
just
why
looking
do I
at
feel like that's a trap?
it. She's just inspecting the jack in the box. It's
Hmm.
it's almost as big as she is.
I'm going to crouch next and go, what can you see, Lamorna?
A jack in the box. I'm sorry. What? What was your question? I don't. The jack in.
What
you
caught your
okay?
attention?
The jack in the box.
But I just see a box. Where is the jack?
She points to the like crank handle on the side. Oh, you're the literal one, right? Here, get down here. Come on. She like helps you like
Yes.
sit down. She takes your hand and places on the crank, and she places the box towards you and says, "Turn that."
And I start turning as directed by the small gnome unicorn child.
As you start turning this crank, it gets harder and harder. Like it's a big box. Like it's not small.
Bring the second hand in.
Du- 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 Doing? The lid pops open in front of you. You have to sort of like
Goodness
sit up
gracious.
and lean over. It pops up. You look in the box and you can see there's a bunch of old dry hay that looks like it's been there for a while. And there is a teddy. There is no jack. There is no spring. There is a small teddy, maybe about a foot tall, of what appears to be like a dragon, like a kid's toy of like a green dragon. This appears to be, yeah, it's just like a straw bed with like a teddy in one corner.
Lift Lamorna up to look. Is this what you expected? Is this Jack?
She looks at you and says, you know what, luggage? If you want that to be Jack, that can be Jack. That's
Jack
Why not?
shit. That's it's
All
in the
right.
mailer.
I reach with Lamorna in one arm. I reach in and pick Jack up. Jack the
You
Green
take
Dragon.
Jack. Okay, luggage. That's good.
I'm blue.
Oh,
And now luggage
real
is
life
cursed.
glums here.
So while luggage plays around with the Jack in the Box, you can see, Rennick, that parts of toys are heaped on tables. There are leering dolls' heads, half-built rocking horses, unpainted wooden balls, and the stuffed limbs of soft toys. A stove at the back of the room holds a saucepan of smelting metal. 3 doors exit the workshop, and 2 storefront windows overlook the market outside. 3 young children are gathered around a wooden work table. The eldest, a drow boy, dark elf, so pure white hair, obsidian-coloured skin, prances on a tabletop with a bar of soap in one hand, while a halfling girl and a human girl giggle at his audacity. It appears he's telling them a story of some kind. Would you like to do anything, Rennick?
I didn't see where the goblin that was leading us go, right?
You saw a door on the opposite side of the room close as you looked in.
Mm. I don't want to get lost and not be able to find my way back. Don't want to trigger any traps.
This is definitely not a trap.
Oh, Egg said it's not a trap. Okay.
And he can't lie. I mean, you know.
So do you walk into the room?
I'm still just looking into the door.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tear away and tell him what I saw, and probably go into the room. Yeah, I'm gonna go into the room.
Sure. You let everyone know about the small workshop, bunch of half-made toys, and 3 small children. I will point out that these are obviously the 3 children that you are here to save. You walk into the room. Are you trying to be stealthy, or are you making yourself known to the 3 children in there?
Oh, I'm trying to be stealthy.
Okay, make me a stealth check. Actually, no, don't make me a stealth check. They're children. Actually, no, make me a stealth check.
All right.
With advantage
roll
and
was
disadvantage
12.
and advantage and disadvantage.
The second roll was a 27 because I have advantage on stealth checks.
Yep. You certainly do,
No,
sir.
it's broken.
That is very true that you do definitely have that advantage, and it is definitely going to come in handy at some point. It's just a shame that today is not that point. So, what'd you get?
27.
27. Okay.
I don't like how much he's rolling.
It's like a reroll.
You
No,
begin
I don't like
moving
that
into
one.
the room.
No, I don't
The
like that one.
children do not see you. You can see that the young drow boy, whose name you sort of like surmise to be Naal, Naal, is talking to obviously the female human and a female halfling, whose names are Sung and Philomena. Just from conversation and them talking to each other, you managed to figure out their names while you're in the room. As you're heading through the room, you can tell that Naal is actually telling a story of something he did. He's holding the bar of soap and he's telling them that he apparently stole something, a key, from someone in Babylon, Granny Nightshade's service, and he used the bar of soap to make an imprint of it and then snuck the key back. And you hear him telling them that he wants to create a copy of the key so that he can sneak into the kitchen whenever he wants and get food. As you're moving through, you're sort of like behind one of the tables, leaning out from behind it, because like Naal is kind of like facing the whole room, so you've got to like plan when you move properly, Rennick. There's a bunch of like doll's parts. As you're sort of like leaning around the table, you look up and there's just a doll's head on the corner looking at you, right at you. It's sort of like, shit. It spooks you for a second, and you stop paying it. Like you look away from the children, look at it, and when you lean back around the edge of the table, there is a doll sitting in front of the table, looking up at you.
Oh man.
You're sort of like looking around the room, and every now and again, anytime you like, your vision passes an area where there's a toy, and then passes back, that toy is either gone in some cases, or some of the toys are now looking at you, and like toys are reappearing in other parts of the room closer to you or further away from you.
The kids still don't notice me, right? That I can
Kids
tell.
do not notice you.
That
or they're very good at acting. What do you want to do?
I heard about the soap, and I see they're melting. Only going forward is only going to hurt us, so I'm going to try to stealth back.
You go to turn around. As you turn around, you are face to face with a massive green reptile's head. There is a music box behind you, similar to the one that was just opened, 3 foot by 3 foot. It was not there on your way in. You can see a massive crank on one side. As you turn around and see the music box, you hear that door that closed earlier swing open, and a voice yell, "Hello, lovelies!"
Oh, shit.
As you turn back to see Granny Nightshade. Imagine if the Red Queen somehow got real old, but never changed clothes over the course of those years. Nightshade has an aesthetic, and she's fucking sticking to it. You can see she has very clear, very bad makeup on. It's just caked porcelain white, but there are patches of her sallow, graying skin underneath. You see red and a tattered and stained red and white dress. You can see she's wearing this large red and white bonnet. And as she walks through the room, she's short, by the way, 3 foot tall. And as she prances through the room, walking through, skipping all the way, she has the classic long extended chin, long hag's nose. She looks like a generic witch. As she comes through, she says, "Would you all be quiet?" and points over at the children, and one by one, each of them and turn into frogs. That's better. I can speak. Okay, well, boys, we have visitors. And you watch as out of the shadows, you didn't see them, Rennick, but these 3 forms. You see one of them climbs up from behind the children. One of them emerges out of the darkness of a corner near the door where you entered, and a third one, very close to you, climbs up on top of the large jack-in-the-box. As it climbs up, you see what looks like a gnome, but with a fully black body, large fat rolls down it almost, a large bulbous pig's nose, giant eyes with no eyelids, completely
Giganome.
bald, and insanely large ears. As the one climbs up on top of the jack-in-the-box, it makes eye contact with you, Reddick, and then just winks and slinks off towards Granny Nightshade. Make me an intelligence check to see if you know what the hell these things are. As it slinks off towards her, you see a trail of just black goo falling off it, oil.
That's a 5.
A 5. You have no idea, but it's terrifying. It's a horrifying.
You just
creature.
love baiting Rennick out on his own, don't you, you fucker?
Okay, I left a door slightly ajar so you could see in. He made this decision.
Meanwhile,
He
you're in the corner
chose
playing
this.
glad hands with a red dragon toy
Green.
of green. Sorry, green.
So
Fair call, Jay. Fair call.
I just want to use my rogue abilities. Every time I do, I die.
as Scabatha Nightshade stands there, she says, "Okay, Timmy, I'm going to need you to head back into the workshop and watch the other children. Tommy, watch these 3. If they muck up, you can eat them. I'm joking. Don't eat them. Nah, but seriously, eat the little fuckers. Get out of here. And you, what have you been up to?" The little creatures, "Rah." "What do you mean, rat? Rat. Okay. You stay here. If the mimics if they do anything funny, the mimics will take care of them. But if they don't, I'm gonna need a hand out there." "No, I'm not. It's okay. I've got the little guy." "Hey, what's that doing here?" You sort of started. I'm assuming you've started moving in such a way that she can't spot you, Rennick. I'm not going to make you re-roll your stealth. I'll let you keep using the one you already made because it's more than enough. You move around the giant sort of jack-in-the-box. As you do, you're sort of leaning from around. She says, "Hey, what's the jack-in-the-box doing here? Cradlefall, he's gotten too big for that, hasn't he?" "Rah! Right, I'll move it back later. Actually, no, you can move it back later. Anyway, let's go see some visitors." And she skips towards the door. All of you who are outside, the 4 of you who are out there, watch as the door is thrown open and an ostentatious woman is standing before you. 3 foot tall, exactly as I described. Hands in the air. She says, "Hello! How are we? Oh my god, you brought me such candy.
Hello
I
there.
cannot thank you enough. Please take a seat, take a seat, take a seat.
He's
Oh,
brought
you
you some
brought a little
brownies.
girl. Wonderful. Hello, little lady. Would you like something to eat? Some tea, maybe? Tobias! She clicks her fingers, and you watch as there is a swirl of green smoke, and a tall, thin, elven man appears before you. You can see he is a wood elf. He is very handsome with long brown hair tied back in a ponytail. He's wearing like this really nice sort of like brown like waistcoat that has been infused like meshed into the leather armor. He has a very elegant rapier at his side, and he has piercing green eyes. As Tobias appears and says, "Yes, Miss Nightshade. Could you please take the little girl here to get a snack while I do some business? Oh, you're such a cutie. Don't worry, nothing's gonna happen to her here. Rule of reciprocity, after all. I would literally die if I did anything to her. Or maybe
At
I
the
wouldn't.
moment, Lamorna's currently on my arm.
Lamorna looks up at you and says, I'll go with Tobias. Hi, Tobias.
Are you
Hello,
sure?
little one.
Are you sure, Lamorna? Would you like to take Jack with you?
Are you holding Jack still?
Please
Yeah,
tell me
Jack's in
you're
my
not
left hand,
holding
Lamorna's
Jack.
in my right arm.
You see Scabatha looks at it and says, No, I think the Warforged should hold on to that one. Don't you, Tobias? Tobias sort of looks at her and says, whatever you think, Miss Nightshade.
Lamorna, would you
come
like
on.
to take Jack with you?
Lamorna looks at you and says, it's okay. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'll be back soon. Let's go, Tobias. And Tobias puts out a hand that Lamorna takes, and he leads her inside.
Does Lamorna have hands?
She's a gnome at the moment.
When Lamorna is an elf at the moment. She's a young elf girl.
Sorry, I thought she was a gnome.
That's
My
right, I
apologies.
forgot.
When
Sorry.
she takes Tobias's hand, there's a flash of light, and her form shifts into that of an adult female elf, maybe 22, 23, a little shorter than Tobias, wearing sort of like a long green dress that is still comfortable to move in. And she says, "Let's go." Tobias just gives her a weird look and says, "Yes, let's." Anyway. And they head off together inside. Rennick, you see a elven man and woman walk through. You do not recognize either of them as they walk through the room and then exit again.
Jay, did you say that Scabatha put tea and candy out on the table?
There was already tea and candy out on the table.
But she offered it to us, didn't she?
Yes, she did.
Okay. Are we
For the
sorry?
brownies.
Are we back in there? Are we? Are we
You guys
still?
are still in the parlor area. Those of you who aren't Rennick are in the parlor area. The four of
Do
you.
you mind letting me know when I can respond to that question then? Because I know you went to Rennick. Just if you can let me know.
No, go ahead. It was just letting you know. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you for your kind hospitality. We will take some of the tea and candy, and as befits the rules of reciprocity. And I only gave Rennick half the tray of the brownies, so I'm going to bring out the other half, keeping a very close eye on Snack and placing them in front of
I'm already in the
Scabatha.
candy bowl.
Excellent. That's a good spot for you to be.
You
So I'm going to put those
I looked down
brownies
at
out for
Snack. She had such a
Scabatha.
serious face.
Thank her for the candy and the tea, and also share with her the brownies, the sweets we brought with us.
Thank you. Oh, I haven't had a good pop brownie in a while.
You're welcome.
She eats 4 or 5 of the brownies at once.
But
Wow, that's nearly. I think there was 9 left. They're nearly all gone.
She sits there and she's sitting in like an extra chair. Rennick. The others haven't spotted this yet because she hasn't faced her back to them yet. But as Scabatha walked past, you know how like in certain old porcelain dolls, they'd have like a hole for a key in them, and you'd stick a key in, turn the key, and it would like make the doll move. You saw a key like item or like a crank of some sort sticking out of Scabatha's back. It was very obvious as she walked past Rennick. Rennick, both doors are shut, and you are in the room with the strange goop creature, the three children, And now there's giant Jack-in-the-Box.
Oh, there's so many things I actually want to do.
Also, you look down and there is a small doll's hand just like grabbing your shoe.
Oh my god.
You don't know where
this
that
is
weird goop
terrifying.
creature's gone.
That's creepy.
This is terrifying, and there's no easy way to get back into that room.
Don't you know you never split the party?
Yes, I'm gonna try to go sneak back into the room with the party
You're gonna try to get back into that room.
stealthily.
Make me a stealth check. Now, normally it'd be an advantage, but I'd give you disadvantage because she knows you're not in the room. So it's just gonna be a straight roll. Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna make myself
And
known.
the
I was gonna
whole
try to
time.
hide, but that's fair. That is a
He could have just
24.
gone to the bathroom.
24. Okay. Scabatha, where's your stat block at, girl? My bad bitch. Nope.
Oh, we lost
She
the
rolled
info.
well, but not quite well enough. You wander over, and open the door and slide out. As you begin sliding out the door, you realize there's nowhere for you to hide. This is a room with a small table, 4 chairs, and Scabatha. And the giant Jack-in-the-Box in one corner. You could try to get in through the Jack-in-the-Box, but it's against like the corner walls. There's nothing to hide behind in this room. You can head back, or you can try to find somewhere to hide if you want. It's up to you.
You
Could
couldn't
I,
just stay hidden, could you?
it-
No.
I was trying to get back to the party, guys.
Rennick, you can see Scabatha is standing like 5
Kool-Aid.
feet in front of you. Like she's right there talking to the party. You look back into the room and you can see just sitting where you just were is a porcelain doll. It's sitting there looking at you, and one of its hands has just reached up towards you.
Yep, not going back. Sorry, not going back. I'm down to do a lot of things, but
I'm getting a
Rannick
solid Doctor Who vibe,
and
like
me
from this.
just
like-
both got a little scared by just a thought of that because it's a dark room. I just saw a lot of shit go down in there. So I take it she would see me if I tried to go to the original door.
Yes, she's facing that door at the moment. It's opposite the one you are exiting out of.
Is it?
Oh, I don't know what to do here. There's nothing like really good to do.
You hear a
hide behind her.
Yeah, I guess I could just side behind her.
you hear a from behind you, and you turn back to see that one of the children has turned back into a child from a frog.
Did I see where that soap land?
It was on him when he turned.
Okay, so it turned with him.
Turned with him, yeah.
Okay.
The second child, the 2 girls are humans again. They've like scooped up the drow boy and are just holding him.
Are you trying to tempt me to go back?
I'm just giving you the information that's presented.
Don't we want the soap key?
We do want the soap key.
Didn't Jay also say that there was a bubbling pot or vat of liquidy metal type stuff in the room?
Yes.
Would you like me to reread back the description of the room for you?
Ooh, please.
So, flickering lanterns illuminate a cluttered workshop filled with soft ambient music produced by bells and chimes. Part of toys are heaped on the tables, leering dolls' heads, half-built rocking horses, unpainted wooden balls, and the stuffed limbs of soft toys. A stove at the back of the room holds a saucepan of smelting metal. 3 doors exit the workshop, and 2 storefront windows overlook the market outside. 3 young children were gathered around the wooden work table. The eldest, the drow boy, is still in the form of a frog. The other 2 are a human and halfling female, probably about 8 and 9 years old. The drow boy would be about 11, 12.
Yeah, call me crazy, but shouldn't a resident greased up rogue be the slipperiest character that contains some locksmithery type habits?
Yes, so I shouldn't need a key.
We're here to rescue the
Make
children.
the key. Come on.
So, while that's happening,
The soap bar's not there. What do you want me to do? Freaking reach into the frog, grab the soap.
before Rennick
Yeah.
exits the door, Granny Nightshade standing before you says, "So, please take a seat, take a seat, take a seat, lovelies. Might I ask exactly what it is that brings you to my abode? I hear you're the ones who murdered my sister, so don't try to hide it. Keep well informed.
Bullshit.
I'm going to get you for that, but given that you're in my home, I can't right now. As soon as I figure out where the hell
Okay.
that goddamn Rakshasa went, he's going to be coming after you. But in the meantime,
Yeah, we're wanting to know if you could get rid of that curse on Nib in the cave over there.
who?
Oh, he can't lie.
I
It's-
forgot.
And
It's not-
and also
So Egg,
I was
Egg,
like, why
I
would
will
also there's a
remember
bunch
this?
of like kids.
Egg,
trying
I
to-
will remind you that Nib, his curse was placed by Ziblina,
Yeah.
the other
not
one.
the hags. And you don't think the hags could remove that curse, even
I
if they,
get-
even on the off chance that they wanted to.
I get mixed up. There's too many hacks.
Nope, sorry, no,
Hag
that curse,
again.
no, that curse was placed
Wait.
by Granny Nightshade. That's my bad. It was placed by Granny Nightshade.
Yeah. But we were here
Um,
for the children and the alicorn.
Okay, we're here
We're here for the
the
children.
alicorn, and if you could give us the children, that'd be good.
Well, you're very forthcoming, aren't you? That was. I like that. No fucking about. Well, what do you have to offer me?
You're giving you brownies. I could tell
Those
you
are the
joke.
weakest ass brownies I've ever eaten in my life. Do better.
For
To be fair,
real?
Snack is like
Maybe you should
not
have
even a
another one.
percentage of us.
She just, I'm picturing her as like Scrooge McDucking in the candy bowl. Just doing like snow fairies, snow angels with lollies all around her.
Facts.
We have I could play a song. Could tell you a joke.
He also plays the lute? Question mark.
Yeah, play the lute.
So you want the curse lifted on little Goldie boy. You want the children. Anything else you want?
If you could freeze Zablina, that would be lovely.
I
You
think
can
that's
lie.
asking a bit.
You've got no reason to tell me. She looks at you and just says, huh. You know, I've been perfectly cordial, but I'm starting to think you people might be here to murder me. At that moment, the door behind her, and Rennick's head just... and like Rennick is like half out the door. She's just standing there with her hands on her hips, tapping one foot and says, what are
I
you
don't
really
know
doing
what
here?
gave you
What's
that
going on?
idea.
Please tell me you made a key first.
Yeah, well,
She
we
starts
met
looking around suspiciously.
this Rakshasa dude, and he said he was
Oh,
going to
no.
kill us if we didn't.
No, stop. Someone shut up, Egg. I can't do it for you. I can't do it for you. Someone shut them up. There's 3 of you.
I reach over to the table and find a chocolate
No,
eclair
there's
and
only
shove
2,
it
I've
in
just
Egg's
read.
mouth.
Oh,
really
why
quick
didn't you
before he
do a
can finish that
brownie? Why didn't you
sentence.
do a brownie?
You grab the closest chocolate thing, which is a brownie, if you want to shove that in his
Excellent.
mouth. It's that or like hard candy.
Brownie it is.
You slam a brownie into Egg's mouth.
No, now you
Egg,
just
it
made the
tastes pretty
truth teller high.
Egg, could you make me a Constitution saving throw, please?
What happened to Snack? She started talking another language. Hopefully it'll work.
Yeah. Another language is fine.
Can you see what I rolled?
6. Oh,
I
God.
cannot know.
No, I
Six.
rolled a natural one, but
Oh no, that's not good,
Can't confirm he rolled a natural one.
guys.
it's on the 13.
Egg, dude, you're feeling good. This little doll woman's
Yes.
this little doll woman's chilling. Like she's having a go at you, but you know it's all chill, dude. Like she's just gonna relax. It'll be right. What do you guys want to do? Rennick group, what do you guys want to do?
I've had enough of trying to negotiate with
Preparing
evil.
for
We've told you what we want.
It gets the munchies. Already started.
She's not evil like Bavlorna, surely.
Okay.
He's good.
Yeah.
But just confirming, like, that how many brownies is the hag eaten?
I've got
5.
something that your friend here wants, yeah? And she points to Snack.
Can
Custard.
Snack respond to that at this point? Because I can't answer for her. Sorry, this is me to you, team party Jay. I can't answer that for her.
As she points to you, Snack, as out of it as you are, she gives this wiry smile. You know that smile. It's your smile.
So I stop what I'm doing and I stare at her.
Make you a deal. I got some things I need done. For each one of them you do, I'll give you something you want. How does that sound?
Sounds like Babylon all over again, and we know how that ended.
First things first, I'll give you the kids. I'll let them free right now. All you got to do is find me that bastard, right? Will of the Feywild. Find him, bring him to me. You can have the kids.
Oh,
Sure,
he
he's hiding
was,
somewhere in the
he was
forest.
Yeah, you
coming
can't
here,
talk,
wasn't
remember?
he?
You've got a mouthful of brownie and talking gibberish.
She looks at you like and says, "I'm sorry, what?"
Yeah.
No.
Next thing, I want the unicorn horn. I know you're looking for it. Don't bullshit me. My
I
sister
told you
had
we're
it.
looking for it.
She hid it somewhere. I fucking want it. You get me that, I'll release Nib from his goddamn curse. Okay? And the last thing, I'll give your friend back while she's missing. But you have to spoil one of my big sister's plays. You gotta go to Yon. You gotta go to one of her plays, and you gotta ruin it. Okay?
Jay, can I would, and God, I hope other people could help too, check whether she's telling the truth.
Oh,
Because Babylona was just screwing us over.
true.
Yeah.
I could do an insight check probably.
Make me an
I'm
insight
too-
check.
I'm
No,
too
you can't. You're
stoned.
staring
I
at the
can
back of her head.
cast. Can I cast Zone of Truth?
No, you're too stoned.
Jay,
Jay,
Oh,
I got
shit.
a 16 plus 2, 18.
and my insight check was 9.
You're
I got a
18.
nat
You're
20.
Oh my God.
I'm still hanging out the door. Probably not the best spot to be hiding, but
so
Jesus Christ.
you guys can't tell if she's outwardly lying, if she's telling the truth. But I'll say, as a group, you all managed to figure out that you know that she's good on her word. She'll do exactly what she said. But based on what she did to Nib, you think there's going to be a catch to each.
Hmm.
You think there's going to be a caveat. She's not just going to let you get away with it, or maybe she will.
She didn't say she didn't say what she was going to do to us. She just said what she would give us.
Yeah, she would give you each. She would, if you bring her Will of the Feywild, she'll give you the children. If you find the unicorn horn, and give it to her, obviously, she will release Nib from his current curse. And if you spoil one of her sister's plays, she will give Snack back her missing smile and remove the curse upon her. The curse that I keep forgetting stops her from tying rope.
Might I remind people that we have a limited time to kill this hag anyway?
I think we just need we can't really have that conversation here.
No, that's above the table. Sorry.
Yeah, I think
Question.
it's time to go.
Before we move on, just going to do a quick pause here because I need to ask Zenfire something. Zenfire,
Oh, yes.
what did you tell your Pegasus to do if there was like something untoward or dangerous happening? How was Natia meant to warn you that it was happening?
Good question. We didn't cover how she
Yeah,
might warn
because
us.
I
We just
don't think you
told.
can speak telepathically with it. So
No,
I
no.
can with normal find speed within a mile.
Before or after
I
you're
think you
stoned.
can command it. Let me have a quick look.
I could.
Oh,
But
Oh no,
can
while it's within
communicate.
1 mile of you, you can telepathically communicate with it.
Is that
You hear
me or
you and it. I'll say
Oh.
he she it can communicate with you. You hear in
She,
your
darling.
head. You hear in your head very loudly. Something is up. It is not good. Big thing. Ah! You then hear. What the fuck? And then you feel the magic of your Pegasus disappear. You just
Natasha?
innately know that your Pegasus has been killed.
Nikita?
Nikita's dead.
Zenfire, time to go.
Definitely time to go.
I mean, you're the only one who knows this is happening.
Rennick,
You're fucked. We'll just leave you behind.
Rennick,
But, you know.
you look
No,
back
he's
into
in
the room.
he's in the room with us. He's
No, his
No, I'm
head's in the
not.
room.
My
Rennick,
head's
you
in
look
the
back
room.
into the room and you can see one of the children is standing about 10 feet behind you, just looking up at you. You can see it is the child that is looking up at you is. Let me just find my list of children again.
the
It
brown, the
is
human, or the
Philomena, the 8-year-old halfling girl.
The meanest
She's
one.
looking up at you. She's shaking. She's you can see she's like breathing really heavily, panicking. The other two children though are over by one of those like window things, and you can see they're both leaning out of the window, like looking up at the sky at something.
Well, I can't go out the front door.
The two children turn around and say, "Philomena, we have to go. We have to hide. It's back. It's." Both of them run. They swing the Jack in the Box open and start climbing into the Jack in the Box. Philomena looks at you and says, "Run," and she just turns and runs to them.
How heavy is this Jack in the Box?
It's about 3. Like it's big. It's you could comfortably fit in there with them if you wanted.
No, I was gonna see if I could pick it up, but that'd be really heavy.
No, this one's about 5 foot by 5 foot. The other one was 3 by 3. This one's 5 by 5. It's bigger. Rennick. The others don't hear because they can't hear any sounds that don't happen outside the parlor. You hear, as you're sort of like looking back into the room, a roar from above you. It is loud and it is intimidating.
Oh,
Rennick,
crap.
roll me an investigation check.
Investigation. That's a 20 plus 1, 21.
21. Sorry, it was meant to be intelligence, man. Sorry, that was my bad. Just history if you have proficiency. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, that was my bad.
It still has the same plus if I did it with that either one of them.
Cool. You sort of you hear that roar, and the Rolodex that is your memory just flicks all the way back to after you're a child, after you got your curse and everything. Another party that you were with, maybe not this party, maybe the same one that we've spoken about previously, maybe a different one, but you remember being in a cave and you were hunting. You'd heard rumors of a vast horde of treasure guarded by an ancient beast. You watched one of your friends be eaten alive. You watched another one be enveloped in poison gas and choke on their own vomit. And you watched another one be crushed by a dragon, a green dragon specifically. You will never forget the sound of that dragon roaring triumphantly as you ran away. And you recognize the roar you just heard as that of a dragon.
Roger Dodger. Well, I gave myself all the decisions, huh? Egg just says all dead.
Yep, I saw that.
Okay. Thanks for the vote of confidence. I think what I'm going to do is I know his company, which I am completely scared now. If that's something that happened, I would think I would carry that fear for a while.
Could be a good time to make a deal with a hag. He's not wrong, guys.
I'm just gonna run there and going, dragon. Just going, we gotta get the fuck out of here.
You run in and say, dragon. Scabbard turns around and says, huh? What? What the fuck are you? What? She looks at him. Do you work for me?
No, we gotta go.
What do you guys want to do? Scabbard is just, wait, what? What are you talking about? What do you guys want to do?
Shit! If we leg it now, we still have to get back Lamorna, don't we? Because isn't she buggered off with Tobias?
Yep, Lamorna's buggered off with Tobias.
Wait, do I notice that Lavana's not there now?
Yeah. You see she's not there.
Where'd she go?
At this moment, several things happen at once.
Right.
As you're doing it, can I actually just take a look at the Jack the Green Dragon to see if I
Yeah.
can make any connection with what's being said, seeing as how I identified it was a green dragon when I took it out of the box, and the pieces are coming together of Jack has outgrown. Sorry, not Jack.
I'm gonna say that's a. You guys can't. So you guys
Sorry.
don't know this, but you can't hear any noises that occur outside the parlor while
No,
you're.
but he ran in the room and
No,
said,
when
"Run."
Rennick ran in saying dragon run.
Oh, dragon. Oh, you look at you look at the teddy of the green dragon. There could be a connection. It could also just be a kid's toy. Like there's a lot of kids' toys here. That's what they do. I'll say yeah. You could probably figure out that there is a dragon very quickly, but whether or not Jack is that dragon is another story.
There's no significance to the toy, from what I can tell at that point.
Not as far as you're aware.
So
You
yes.
haven't yet seen the dragon, so not as far as you're aware yet. Several things happen all at once. At this moment, the door swings open behind Scabatha again, and running into the back of Rennick is the elven woman you spotted earlier, Rennick. You can see she is standing there. She has in her left hand, she is holding Tobias's hand. You can see that his long hair is now stark white, and his eyes are glowing, like they have like a golden glow to them.
What did
And
they
in
get
her
up to
right
on the other
hand,
rope?
so Tobias is holding her hand with his right. He is holding his rapier in his left hand, which is slick with that same black oil you saw coming off those creatures earlier. In her right hand, you see she is holding a 1.5 foot long object. You can see it's shaped like a cone, and it appears to be this strange swirling ivory item with this golden glow
Okay.
coming off it. You sense power coming from this thing. She is holding an alicorn. She slams out of the door behind you. You hear from way back in Loomlurch just an explosion as the enchantment of the parlor is broken as two powerful celestial creatures enter. And just whatever evil magic was in this room is dispelled by these two unicorns. As the two of them come in,
So he
and
is
the
who I thought he
magic
was.
is dispelled, you hear behind you just a massive explosion from the other end of Loomlurch. And then just a bunch of children yelling and screaming. Not like scared, like a battle cry. And then you hear a lot, like the sounds of battle. But coming from children.
So do I recognize who she is now?
You would make the assumptions. You've
So
seen her.
you did say 2 unicorns then, didn't you?
Yes.
Yes, you did.
Right,
You
cool,
guys
cool.
put 2 and 2 together. Given the you guys felt like a holy energy coming off Lamorna. The energy radiating off Tobias is 9 or 10 times that.
Ooh, let's go,
if she is
Eladar.
So how bright is that globe then?
She is a powerful unicorn. He is something. He is
He
on
was the-
another level to
Yeah, he was the
when it
battle
comes
one.
to power. He is the unicorn that protects this part of the Feywild. Like he is. Yeah, he's a powerful being.
He's a thick boy.
He a thick boy.
I'm attacking with guiding bolt. On not enough.
Wow,
This shit is just exploding sideways, and Scabatha's getting a guiding bolt in the face.
Okay.
Well, okay, I guess I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
I was gonna say,
Okay.
I was wondering. I was like, I'm trying not to bring this into combat because usually I'm the one who brings everything into combat. But I was like, okay.
So we're gonna pause briefly, and we're gonna do Luggage's thing first. Luggage, because you please make me your attack roll with guiding bolt. Then we're gonna roll initiative because Scabatha definitely saw this coming. You guys, this is not a subtle combat that's occurring. This isn't like with
So just to be clear, we're about to take on a hag, a Jabberwock, and 3 things that we don't exactly know what they look like.
You don't know about those 3 things though.
No,
Just
but
saying.
yeah.
Hey,
Is that
they might have
all?
been killed by those. By the
I'm
thing
just
that
acting on
barged
what's
in.
come in.
Maybe
We've had
one
an
of us
explosion
should
come
do it.
through.
Cool.
We've got enough of the manipulative hag is trying to jerk us around when we're on a timer. Enough's enough. And they've stolen our stone friend's smile. That's a 19. Jay?
I wasn't expecting combat today. Let me get a stats up. Yeah, that definitely hits, dude.
All right, 46.
You
Let me
should
just
know us
quickly.
by now, Jay.
I was like, oh, they won't have combat today. We'll have like a bit of a fun encounter, and I can prep it all for next session. But
9. 10. Holy
Well,
shit!
you
That was
scared
2
me
good
with a
rolls.
I just heard Lily laugh off in the corner. I don't know if she's
6,
laughing at what I said
12,
or what.
13, 14, 15.
but-
So that's 19 points of damage with guiding bolt.
Oh hell yeah, man! Nice.
Yeah, that was good
And-
rolls.
Does she have to make a saving throw of any kind for that? I always forget. I don't think she does. Does she? It's just the next
no.
attack has
Guiding bolt.
advantage. Yeah.
And then the next attack roll made against that target before the end of my next turn has advantage.
I
So
really
there's
hope
now
I
a
go
glowing
next.
light from the
He's
magical
not trying
sword.
to cast 2 spells again, is he?
You throw your hand out and hit Scabbard with a guiding bolt. She and sort of stands there for a second and says, "Well, that was rude." Could I please have everyone roll initiative?
Yeah, it was rude. Just saying.
Don't say them to
Initiative?
me yet because I have a bunch of other initiatives I have to roll.
Oh crap!
Can I have like spat out that brownie now?
Hey, just
Yeah,
so you
maybe.
guys
Can
know,
you
if
heal
you
yourself from the
remember,
brownie?
if you remember,
doing
like the
it?
first questions
Yeah.
we asked Jay when we first started doing this campaign was that, do we have to kill things? And Jay said no.
Yeah, you can actually complete this entire
Oh,
campaign and never see combat. It's one of the interesting things about it. Shame you guys won't be doing that route today.
Oh god!
How hard is that route, Jay?
Thanks, Spa.
You have to be very willing to work with hags, but very possible.
How screwed over does the character players get when they work with the hags?
Before or after?
You can complete the campaign with a semi-positive ending.
So before or after we just bolted lightning at her?
Holy
Just
shit!
saying.
They're all rolling such good initiative. God damn.
Your tea looked cold. I thought I'd warm it up for you.
Snack, you rolled the wrong thing. You rolled an initiative save. You need to roll you rolled an intelligence save. You roll initiative. It's gonna be underneath
That
your
one.
proficiency.
Holy shit!
Where
There's so
is
many
it?
things in here. I need
Next to your
roll
armor
this
class.
plus
Oh, there.
4.
Jeez.
Okay.
I need the stats up for another creature because I completely
You're at
forgot
11.
this other thing was here.
Oh wow, this is happening. I'm gonna use the restroom.
Yeah, do that. It's like, oh god.
I thought the
There's-
unit elf killed the other things.
Yeah, it was all going smoothly until everything blew up.
You had to yeet lightning, didn't you?
Luggage
Yeah,
did. He was already
well-
at the end of his tether, but he wasn't going to egg it and just tell
I'm
them
not
the
even
F's,
gonna
D's
like.
and-
Normally, I'd be nice and be like, "Oh, here's what's going on with those people." I'm not even gonna tell you because it's just funnier if you never know. For me, it's just so funny to just be like, "Explosion? What is that about?"
And while Jay's sorting all that out, to be fair, we do have 2 powerful allies have just rocked in as well. So there's a lot of shit that just happened that we've had to react to and go, and that was Luggage's reaction. Evil hag, manipulative bitch, shit blew up. Enough's enough.
Yeah, if she's anything like her sister.
Yeah, if she's anything like her sister, this fight won't last too long.
Mind you, the murder mushrooms that the sister had just went and knifed Snack last time. She's like, me.
Where the hell is? God damn it. Okay. Open link. Don't need that up. I've got a card for that one. I need this faction list because I need a member of this faction. There it is. Your stats. You're the stats that I need, my dude. Now I need to roll for you. You poor little dwarf man.
So how is everybody's
I'm not
week while
liking it when
Jay
you
is
say poor
struggling?
little
Okay,
dwarf man. Dwarf in the group.
Did you
It's
have a
been good,
birthday
thank
on
you.
the weekend? Dynasty?
My birthday this weekend? No.
Yeah, is it about now, isn't it? It's this month.
No, it was last month, buddy.
It was last month.
Last
It was
month.
New
Oh.
Year.
Yeah.
Um,
Funny enough,
bad
though, it was my
friend.
best friend's birthday today. But he lives in Florida.
I didn't know it was your birthday today, Egg.
No, it's tomorrow.
Wait, Egg, your
Is your-
birthday's tomorrow?
Yeah, in about 30 minutes.
Huh, that's funny. So is mine.
Hey, really?
Is it really?
What?
Yeah, 26th of July. Pretty sure Lily's forgotten. It's going to make me very happy if she has. I hate my birthday. So if she's forgotten, that is like ideal situation.
You guys
That's
are
the
not
best
born on the
present.
same day.
Yeah, 26th of
uh,
July, 1998.
Yeah, he's
I'm
born about
grateful.
3 years after me, though. I think.
Yeah.
4
Hey,
years.
hey, Jay, you want to know what's a really good present for Egg? Having to
What?
reroll a new character.
Yeah, give him his wizard for his birthday.
So, sorry,
Yeah,
I'm
if you
just
check
quickly
the
going
D&D
through my
chat,
list and
that'd be
making
the
sure that I
best
have
one.
the mimics that you guys are. I mean, nothing.
I thought that
I
bloody.
thought you forgot about
I
those.
thought
You did
Eladon
mention the
killed
M
them.
word several
I
times.
briefly did.
Oh, crap.
I briefly forgot about the mimics.
There's a lot of cards right there.
Oh, you have no idea.
Oh, sorry, hang on, mouse is going flat.
Mimics. Of everyone else, we have a 3, a 4, a 5, a 10, a 16, a 20, a 21, and a 22. They're a decent initiative. A good range. Okay, so
That was a lot.
luggage. What have you got for initiative?
16.
16 for luggage. I'm going to put you above the getaway gang.
Oh, sorry, hang on. I'm sorry, I'm a -1. Sorry, 15.
Oh, so
15.
15?
Apologies,
Okay,
forgot
you're
about the
below the
-1.
getaway gang.
Sorry.
Here I was thinking it was Albert that couldn't lie.
No, I
All
just
good.
can't read.
Rennick, what do we got, buddy?
I got a 17.
17. Rennick is above the getaway gang. Zenfire.
19.
Oh, very nice, gang.
Yeah, I can die first. Yay.
That's not.
Yeah. No, it's not your birthday.
Albert.
17.
17. I'm assuming Rennick's dexterity score is higher than yours.
Mine is a plus for my dexterity score is +3. Yeah.
Okay, so you will go after Rennick for Albert and Snack. What do we got?
11.
Pardon, sorry.
11.
11 for Snack. I haven't forgotten anyone. I haven't gotten rid. I
So there's
forgot
gonna
to
be
roll for the unicorns.
There'll be a whole battle going on, and like,
God damn it!
Snack will be at the table just scoffing
Unicorns can
lollies,
just go here.
looking around.
She doesn't even know what's going on right now.
Oh, good one. Oh, get him.
Surely those
Yeah.
brownies are wearing off.
I didn't know there was a thunderstorm. Puts another lolly in her mouth.
Ooh, cherry ones. Like,
Okay, so
She hears a boom. She sees a flash of light. Thunder.
do you guys want to call it early tonight, or do you want to? Because I'm going to be honest, we're not going to get this combat done in the next half hour. It's just not going to happen.
We
Okay.
do like 2 turns.
What do you
like-
think it's easier for you? Do you think it'd be easier to come the next time and do the combat,
Yeah.
or go back to next time
I
halfway
think
through the
it
combat?
makes sense.
I couldn't care less. It's going to be fine for me either way because I'm going to spend the next week preparing either a full combat or the majority of a combat. It's no bother to me either way. It just means I can have more time to get the map set up.
So
figure
so
out
what I'm
else
hearing
can
is
do.
that you haven't prepared for combat now, so that we may have slight advantage.
I've
That's
oh,
not how it works.
I know the stat block.
Oh, come on.
Don't test me, boy. I will end you with a shambling mound.
End of the
Damn.
Warforged. We started this shit.
I can run the combat
I got you.
comfortably tonight. It's no bother to me. It's just Tailspire on my end isn't being great, and because I have
Oh.
Tailspire set up for more small scale combats at the moment, it would take me about 30 minutes just to put all the minis down. The amount of people who are currently this combat's probably going to be at least a full session, if not 2.
Oh, crap.
Like
I'm
there's a
perfectly
lot
okay.
going on.
I'm perfectly okay to have it next week due to the fact
Yeah.
that I think it'd look a lot cooler with
Yep.
Yeah,
minis.
we get
That
that.
way people can see it better. That's just my personal opinion. I vote for next week.
I'm happy to do that.
Yeah, next week.
I'm happy
I vote for a
to-
whimsical DM recap of what's happened with the other gang at the other end of the town prior to the boom.
I'm not going to tell you. I will.
Good
I
try.
will tell you. Only because there's some story spoilers involved in what happened,
Yeah.
and I kind of don't want to spoil some fun stuff that we're gonna maybe get into later.
Okay.
So for the sake of not spoiling some kind of cool reveals we might get to later, I'm just gonna.
recount cutscene of what happened to Lamorna and Eladon while they were out of the room?
The moment
Yeah,
Lamorna
yeah.
saw him, she knew exactly who Eladon was.
Oh.
Basically, what happened to Eladon, I can give that up. Was his spirit and his soul had been sucked out of his body and turned into a magical rocking horse that she uses her mount, and then she basically like used a spell to imprint a new personality on him of like a butler. So when she saw the form of Tobias, she was like, "Oh, that's just Eladon in his elven form." But she immediately knew it technically wasn't him, so she was like, "Oh yeah, I'll go with him because I can sense like the form that she sensed, that pure light she sensed, wasn't the Alicorn; it was his soul. The Alicorn was hidden; he wasn't." So she was like, "Oh, I just know where his soul is. So once I get
So-
him and his soul in the same room, I can fix that." So they fixed it. He was like, "Oh shit, my Alicorn's like literally in a cupboard, like just here."
Oh,
So
could-
they just fetched that, and then he just like murdered a bunch of those weird goop creatures to get back to you guys. And she very quickly gave him a panicked rehash of what the hell's been going on.
could she break Will's curse as well, mate?
Potentially.
Do you want to break Will's curse?
Technically, she only was able to break Eladon's curse because of pure love.
Love does trump all.
That gets everything, doesn't it?
But she may
He
be able to break
said
Will's curse
true
again.
love.
It's good to know there's another cabinet though that had magical items in it, so that maybe we can recover Snack's smile. And
It was
other
literally
things.
like a cabinet in her kitchen, like just behind some cheese.
And that's where you just put your
Jeez.
alicorn. So she was wanting us to find the alicorn. Did you say he'd put it there when he was hiding himself as Tobias?
No. So
No.
what happened? You guys can never discover this. What happened was Bavlorna Brightstraw actually stole the alicorn from him, and
Right.
then just like gave her sister the body. And she was like, "Where can I hide this alicorn?" Because the sisters never trusted each other and kind of didn't like each other, but like it was like a mutual arrangement. Like they're a coven, but they're all hags. They're all assholes. So it's like, "Where can I hide this? My sisters won't find it." It's like, what if I just like hide it in the back of one of my sister's cupboards where she'll never search for an alicorn? What if I just use magic? What if I just use a spell to hide the magic and I just fucking just like put it like behind some bread? And it
So
worked.
we
It's
never
just
would have
been there
fucking
for like
found
10
it.
years.
Well, I've
We
got
never
no.
would've
I
found
took
that.
I took a spell to do a detect the object, and we'd seen a unicorn horn. So as long as it was within 1,000 feet, we could have
You could have found
we
it.
could have located it. I took that spell with the rest at level 7 because I knew we were trying to locate an alicorn.
Yeah.
So we would have got there
He
eventually,
was
but
hidden
not that
behind bread, so
backstory.
there's a chance that our wasted fairy would have found their way to the bread.
Yeah,
and
she would have
then
just eaten away
incidentally
to the
found the alicorn
the
behind
alicorn.
it.
Specific like hag's spell that she cast specifically hid it from her sisters, like from evil creatures, because she didn't think anyone else would really be looking for it. And the Bavlorna Brightstraw was confident that even if someone else came looking for it, she could stop them. She was very wrong on that count. She met you guys, so yeah.
She did.
Eladon and that just happened to walk into the right room where she fixed him, and he was like, "Oh, I know where my alicorn is because it's his alicorn, and he always knows where a unicorn always knows where their alicorn is." Sorry, I'm just stuffing around with the Tailspire map. Okay, I think I'm done with that for now. I'll fix that up over the next week.
One sec, guys, catch the rest of this on the YouTube channel. We're going to raid out now to go and watch some more live D&D, and we will catch you all next Monday for some kick-ass combat. Bye all.
Bye.
That's just for that's for our streamers. They can get to
Right,
YouTube
are you
where
live?
I get the rest of this information.
They just
He
ratted out.
was.
Are you alive?
Dynasty's not. So
I still have that stream on my wall, by the way. I don't feel like taking it down.
Okay, so thank you for that bit of backstory. I know it doesn't change what's currently happening, but
No,
it is
okay.
nice to know where that piece is because we were trying to locate the alicorn. I'm glad he's alive and well. I did not expect Lamora to have a happy ending there. Lamorna was quite confident that he was alive, and when you were saying that normally a unicorn doesn't survive the removal of the horn, thinking, don't think this is going to have a happy ending.
That's okay. Well, we'll have to wait and see what happens next then. Sorry,
So-
I'm just reading through stuff. I just
Yeah,
read
you're
that.
No, don't you get a head
Appreciate that
start
bit of
on weeks
backstory.
worth of planning for a battle.
Good fun. Good fun. I have so many
Fine.
cards to go through.
I was so Zenfire. I thought, Dane, I thought you were going to kick that combat off when your Pegasus went down. I thought that was just going to be.
Well, a lot of things
Yeet the
happen
axe in the
very
face
quickly in succession.
Hmm.
That kind of. I was more gonna just try and buggy Yi off. I think just go, yeah, he works for us because we're taking the deal. Bye. And
So
then leg it.
I will remind
No
you guys
intention of
before next
following
week, because I know you guys have a whole chat where you like to plan things without me, just so that you know.
Never do. That.
Oh no, we've
Um,
actually cut right back on that. Egg has educated me about metagaming, and so most of it now happens in the D&D channel.
Fair enough. I'm a bit more lenient with you guys because it is a stream game, and that can kind of make it more entertaining for the sake of the stream. So it doesn't bother me for that. Normally though, you'd be getting fucking punished for it.
Well, we're looping you
So-
in now at Egg's suggestions so
Come
that
on,
you
Natalie.
see what we're thinking, and
Yeah, my
so that
my
you
goal
know
is
what
not
is
to
coming.
actively hurt you guys. If I know
Hmm,
you guys are
we
planning
trust you.
something, I can just help you guys make those plans, or I can be like, "Hey, just so you know, that plan won't work. You might not
Hmm.
want to waste your time."
Or you
Yeah.
can conveniently ask at the beginning of the stream, does anyone want to do anything before we get started?
Yeah. Um,
Or you can open a door for Rennick to walk through. I mean, you can
Yeah.
do that too.
So you guys obviously are going to have a few enemies next session. You've obviously got Scabatha.
What? No, we're
Um,
we're besties. You gave her
Why would
friends.
you attack me?
Um,
I just came from the inner chambers of her area.
Yeah,
you
he
have
just
what
hates
is
a
obviously
cleric.
some sort
He's
of
not with
dragon.
us.
What has been referred to as some sort of dragon. You also have Chuckle, the goblin, and his goblin friends, because they're allied with her. You also have however many of those strange black creatures there are. You also have whatever combat is going on with the children. So you obviously have, if any of the children have been freed, they're probably going to fight with you guys. You know that you
Or
have
hiding in a box.
somewhere in here, you have the getaway gang nearby. You know that you do have Will of the Feywild inside somewhere. The getaway gang's outside, Will's inside. And you have the 2 unicorns to help you. As well as maybe 1 or 2 sneaky other allies who will manage to free on his way through. You
I
guys
was
get to meet
really
Nick.
hoping that the goblins would come and side with the grease. This what was it?
With the
The
Grease
slippery
Wonder.
hero.
Oh, that's a. We'll see
I
how
was
things play
really,
out.
I was real. I'm no, I'm
Sultan of
that's
Slip.
that's God's call. I'm just letting you know that when you were saying all that, I was like, God damn it! I was really hoping Chucklehead would come in and the goblins would come and side with their folk
In the
hero.
moment,
I
I
feel like
didn't
if the
think of it.
goblins
but-
charge, you should just get naked and grease up and go, join
Hey,
me, slippery brothers.
That's what I was gonna do. I was gonna go.
It might come for a wrestle.
Let's roll.
Rennick, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, man. If you want to try something next session, I'm not going to say I'm definitely going to let it happen, but I'm. It's a fucking
just
good
just
idea.
to
I
be
didn't think
clear,
of it at the
Grease is a
moment.
better armor class
Does
than
Egg
armor,
have
yeah?
to add exhaustion to his as well, considering he's still?
You can
No.
remove the point of exhaustion in the presence of the 2 unicorns.
Yay!
Sorry, what
no,
was
you
that?
are
The
both-
unicorns.
anymore.
The
You are
unicorns
both
cured
perfectly
them
fine.
of their. Oh, you're not stoned anymore, Snake. The weed fairy.
You guys,
sobers
will
up.
get to
Wait,
meet
what?
my
Oh.
actual favorite NPC next session. He's just, I love him. He's great. He's
So how do I
That's a
get rid
big-
of that exhaustion?
That's going to be a big call to try and get to make me
Really good.
love someone more than AJ. I'm just saying.
he's not as likable as AJ. I'll say that, but like he
Kind
has
of
a
miss
bunch of-
AJ.
Yeah,
We do
just
miss
saying.
AJ.
Good James,
no, this
okay.
this NPC you guys are meeting next session is part of one of the factions in the world that you haven't really encountered yet. He's a little dwarf. He's my favorite NPC because he's a dwarf barbarian, but he only has a strength of 8 because he's like really old. But he believes in himself and he can do it, guys. He's not going to let his friends down.
That sounds like Cohen the Barbarian
fucking great.
from the
I love
Discworld
him.
novels. That sounds brilliant. I'm keen.
His name's Elkhorn, and he's a fucking beautiful old dwarf who just wants to save his friends.
Aww.
Even though he's like 80, like the equivalent of like an 80-year-old man, and has a strength of 8, but still uses a long sword.
In dwarf years, what's
Aw.
that about? Like 300?
He's about 480.
Shit.
He's at the he's on his last legs. Like he is a very elderly dwarf.
Well, I know what I'm going to
very
be trying
cool.
to plan for next session is somehow a speech to move these goblins to fight with us.
I'm going to look through every item we have picked up and scavenged to see if there is anything greasy in
Butter,
there.
lard, grease,
I'm gonna go
custard,
through
like any of it.
everything.
You guys should just spend your turns greasing me up to wrestle the fucking hag. Why would I do that? I have nice for that.
Actually, you know what? I've got candle. Oh no, they're not melted. Let's say a bit of candle wax.
You're gonna melt candle wax
Just a
on
bit of
him.
candle wax
Mm,
down your chest.
This stream's taking a
Ow.
turn.
How are you doing that?
Well, it's the
I
best
get it.
I
That's
can
what you're
do.
into,
That
Sparta. It doesn't
hurt.
mean we're all into that.
No, it's what the goblins are into with their folk hero. Oh, I
I'm
got to
not
get
so
rid of the
sure
pop
I'm a folk
brownies.
hero
All the
anymore.
pop brownies got eaten between Snack, Scabatha, and Egg. They're all gone. Damn it.
I
Please tell me that at some
don't
point during the battle,
appreciate
Scabbers
having pop
edibles kick
brownie
in.
shoved in my mouth. I'm just.
Yeah, well, the rest of us did. So
But you wouldn't shut the fuck up.
That was
Playing
pretty
my
funny, I'm not gonna
character, didn't even get inspiration.
lie. No, but you
Okay,
To
got
be
a
Jay,
fair,
pop
I said
brownie.
eclair or
Inspiration, you-
something, but Jay told me it was hard candy or brownie, so
Alright.
brownie it was.
Yeah, it was
Whenever
a
you're
right
saying
choice.
you apparently get pretty inspirational on the snack side.
Holy snacks?
Oh,
I will warn you guys, just so that you're aware.
Yeah.
By the time this combat's done, you guys sort of like finishing everything. That will be coming to sort of like the 2/3 of the way through, 3/4 of the way through, sort of mark of the adventure. Yon is a much shorter section, so is the Palace of Heart's Desire. Just so that you guys know, you guys are sort of coming up on.
Well, I'm taking from that we survive. Yes.
So you guys soon individually, and just getting a general idea of if you guys want to do another campaign, what exactly you want, so I can start sort of slowly prepping something in the background and getting some thoughts on what kind of characters you guys might want to play.
keep
If any of
saying
you guys don't
character.
want to play in another campaign, that's cool. If you guys do, that's cool. Whether or not Spa's going to be adding anyone else, which is fine with me. I just need to know if it's going to happen so I can plan an adventure that accommodates for that.
I don't think so at this stage, but I won't know that until we're a little bit closer and see what another guy who was keen to join us life is doing.
Yeah,
Real
that's all
life
good.
stuff's happening.
But yeah, I'll be reaching out soon so I can get the character creation for you guys started much earlier than this campaign.
I did not. I do have a quick question for you, though, Jay. Did we cruise through this this section that we're in now, that we're kind of coming to a close in? Did we go through it a lot faster than you thought? Because I felt like we spent a lot more time in the first section than we did in the second section. We ran through it.
So it's one of
did a
those
few
weird things where the carnival is set up to be the place where you can spend the most time. You guys kind of didn't, but knowing I only had 2-hour sessions, I have cut, like, there isn't, so the next area, Yon, for example, has a very fun, very enjoyable section that I am very much looking forward to role playing. I'm going to completely skip it and cut it out for you guys because it's a section that relies on me being able to secretly hand things out to you guys, and messaging you guys won't let me do exactly what I need to do with it. So it's a very fun section that I can't actually do.
Breakout rooms?
Right.
Aw.
No, so I'll tell you what the section is. Basically, Yon Enderlin, the puppet woman, puts on plays, and you guys can join a play. But when you go up on stage, there is a hat, and you draw 3 lines each, and you improv a play about a subject that someone chooses. But you have
that
to at
sounds
some
like so
point
much fun.
incorporate all 3 of your lines. But you're meant to draw 3 lines each, but then you're meant to randomly swap them as the play goes on at certain cues. You're meant to, sometimes you have to say lines backwards. You have to be handing things off to people, back to me. It's just very difficult to do in a digital format.
I
I've been
understand.
trying to figure out a way to do it. If I can beforehand, I'll still let it be an option. But there have been sections that you guys did everything there was to do in Hither. Like, you guys didn't skip a single thing. You met every NPC, you talked to every person, you hit every benchmark. You guys skipped about half of the carnival, which is fine, it can happen. Thither is just much shorter. Thither, there's only 3 or 4 locations to go. Hither is sort of like, Hither is meant to be, we're setting up all of the lore and story you guys need to understand what's going on. Thither is, we're getting all of the pieces for your puzzle, and then Yon is, we're putting those puzzle pieces together.
Okay,
So-
I just felt like we might have skipped something that you planned for us. I was like,
No, I
no.
plan a million things, but that's just the nature of being a D&D master, like a dungeon master. You just you plan things and they never get used. You just have to. But no, so Thither and Yon are much shorter, and then the Palace of Heart's Desire kind of is. It can be long, it can be short. It depends. It's like a big dungeon crawler. I think it's despite being a self-contained castle, it is probably the biggest area you guys will get to explore, just because it's 123 different rooms, all with very detailed descriptions and things going on.
Oh wow.
And all of the
Is that
favors
all?
that you guys have curried that you haven't used yet will either come back to bite you in the ass if there were things you owe people on that, or come back to help you if there were people you helped along the way who haven't paid you back yet. So
Which I don't
yeah,
think helps too many people.
these
That
sections
didn't pay
are
us
just
back.
you did a fair few in the carnival. You've done a fair bit in the carnival that hasn't come up yet that will. And you guys have helped quite a few people that haven't paid you back yet. Not in their eyes, they haven't paid you back yet. And
In our
you
eyes,
mentioned
I guess
like
in my
that,
eyes they did.
depending on what happens in this combat, you guys could earn several more favors that will just show up during the Palace of Heart's Desire section. So we'll see what happens, and then I will figure out, depending on how all that
It's
plays
literally
out.
creating an army.
You guys pretty much are. That's pretty much the goal of this adventure is to gain
Right.
as many favors as you can, because you're gonna fucking need them in that palace. There's a bunch of bad
Like
people.
just accidentally. Oh. You owe us stuff.
Yeah,
Of
you
the
guys have
Horde army.
skipped a few things. You skipped Zargash is part of a specific faction that's kind of like one of like
Oh, the
so
Fardamancer.
The
Elkhorn,
Fardamancer.
Elkhorn, who
The
you guys will meet next
Shartamancer.
session, is part of a faction called Valor's Call, which is basically like an adventuring troop that does good. And they have they're just a good group of adventurers who are also here and have been split up. Whereas Zargash is a member of a group called the League of Malevolence, which is exactly as corny as it sounds, and they're just the opposite of Valor's Call. And you guys could have interacted with that group a lot more. There's a fair few members spread out around the place and kind of haven't. And you could sort of like make deals with them or get into combat with them. You can make deals with or enemies of the Valor's Call and sort of go back and forth on those two. They all have different benefits and trade-offs. But you guys have pretty much skipped those just because they're all random encounters and they were never the most fun thing I could do. Instead, I just gave you pixies with doorstops because that's what this game be like. Yeah, no, you guys are towards the end now. Yon's going to be a pretty short section, maybe. And then yeah, we'll just have to figure out what you guys want.
We've got to get through this next shit show first.
Yeah, there's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 enemy combatants of varying different levels that I know of. I'll have to go through and double check the book. And there are 10 allies, including you guys. There are 10 people in your group and 18 in the enemy.
Just confirming, the
Hey.
Jabberwock's as bad as nasty and hard to kill, maybe even harder than the Rakshaka.
It is. I will say now, just a little bit of metagame knowledge. You guys don't panic too much. It is not the Jabberwock. You guys, if it was the if I wanted to TPK you, it would be. Hell
Yeah, I
yeah,
was
it
gonna
would.
Jabberwock.
But you
That'd
guys
be the end of it. What the
cannot
fuck?
beat the Jabberwock at this level.
If you TPK us, you win though.
I've got my suspicion that it's a juvenile
that
green
thing.
dragon that's outgrown its Jack in the Box, but that's me just talking with you based on what Luggage has found with Jack.
You know, you might be exactly right. You might maybe in the book it says it should be a cute baby dragon that pops out of different Jack in the Boxes to scare you guys, and maybe the DM went, that's no fun. Let's make it a full grown one.
No.
Maybe that's what happened. Maybe this cute little green dragon was all adorable, and then I went, nah, fuck it. They're gonna kill
And then
my
added a fear to Rannick.
Yeah, give him
Maybe.
terror.
Maybe I looked at Granny Nightshade and went, they're gonna kill her too quickly. Let's make it fair. And maybe I gave her a green dragon.
Jay, to be clear, that wasn't a challenge. That was me just talking to you about the bits I was piecing together.
I'll let you know. Does anyone here not have a point of inspiration at the moment, by the way? Just for my own note.
Oh, I don't. I think I burnt
I've still
mine
got mine.
on unnecessary
Yeah.
rolls.
And I gave
Okay.
my extra one to Snack.
Spar,
I
feel
don't
free to-
think I have one.
Spar, you are exactly on the mark with what's up with the green dragon. He did live in the Jack in the Boxes. You got so on the mark. You can give someone a point of inspiration for next session if you'd like.
Oh, all right. Go Luggage. Except it
Give it
wasn't
to the
Luggage. He's
wasted
too
ones.
stupid.
I haven't opened
Um,
my book, and this is a different DM screen to the one that I was using for the rest of the campaign. Have you guys used your fortuitous circumstance yet?
No, we haven't.
Oh.
no.
Good to know.
We haven't really gone to.
I
a pitch
remember
where
that
we
because you
exactly
mentioned
needed
it a couple of times that you would determine when it
Yeah,
would
it's
occur,
just
not us.
you use it, and then just a thing happens that is positive for you guys. How positive and when it happens, it
this-
could happen in the very last session. it
Campaign's
could happen
just
immediately.
too easy. We haven't felt the need to
You
use
stop
it.
that right
Egg,
now.
you shut the fuck up, bro.
Yeah,
No.
can someone shove another brownie in his gob?
So knowing that most of you guys are fairly new to D&D, I have been basically playing on easy mode compared
that
to
why-
what
Good, good.
I was like,
Appreciate it.
I have been focusing on more narrative stuff than combat. Combat has been a very much an afterthought of mine for this
And
campaign.
you've just been leading us along with every shiny thing that we get distracted
Pretty
by.
much.
Too.
I haven't okay, so
You haven't penalised us terribly for being distracted by
No,
shiny
I've-
things. You've been very kind.
I've been trying to find the right way to describe what I was doing because I was chatting to someone about this campaign the other day, and they're like, "Oh, you're railroading them," and I was like, "Not really," but like I'm not opening up a sandbox to you guys because there's not enough locations in each area, but it's kind of like you guys are on a railroad, but it's not a straight path. You guys are picking and choosing which turns to take, and I have to deal with that. But it's not a full railroad. Like it is a narrative story. You guys went into this knowing we have to get our curses back. We have to save Sibley and leave. That is our end goal, and we know as we go along, we are discovering the steps we have to take. So you're just taking those steps as you go, as they're laid out for you. Whereas a sandbox is more figured out as we go, and a lot more
Get it.
open and free.
I'm okay
So,
with a little bit of. I'm okay with the amount of railroading we got.
yeah,
Well,
like it's
especially as a
yeah.
beginner
I'm
player, I'm
good.
very appreciative of it.
Yeah.
I'm paving a road. You guys are choosing which turns to take, though. Like there is a set like courses in front of you, but you guys are fucking those up pretty damn quick.
Oh, that's the happy birthday alarm. Happy birthday, boys.
See ya.
Happy
Hey.
birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. Very excited for you both. Hope you both have a great day.
How old are you now, Egg?
Too old.
He's 27.
I'm 28
28. Damn.
now. It's 27
And
a
you just
minute ago.
And you just turned 25.
24. Today is
24.
officially my 20th anniversary with Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, I feel
Oh,
really
Nice.
old.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
well, happy youngin' birthdays to both of yous.
Yeah, we have our whole lives ahead of us, unlike you lot.
Hey.
How old do you think I am?
You're my
Jay.
age, aren't you?
No, I'm Jay's age. I'm fucking 25.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
No.
I'm 25.
Yeah.
No.
Spire and I are close to
How old
that
do you
age.
think I was?
28 or 29 at least, man. Like,
No,
you look tired.
because I wake up.
I feel so old.
That's a good point.
Um, if I
wake
if I
up in
can
the
just
morning and I work a very stressful
Considering
job.
stars, so I called him Grandpa.
Oh, and I take back what I said before. You're all lovely. I'm very tired and need to go to sleep.
no, stand by what you said, and I will say that we also have the rest of our lives ahead of us.
That is true.
I'm just gonna leave it at
Technically,
that.
You're correct.
Except for Dynasty, I see a plane crash in his future.
Oh Jesus!
I don't
no,
fly 'em.
no, not with the job he does. No, no, shit.
It's actually, if a
Gonna
plane
say-
crashes on my watch, I go to jail.
Jesus.
Only if you survive it.
No.
doesn't fly the planes.
dude.
Jesus.
Oh no,
Thanks.
no, you're not in it. It's heading for you.
Please.
Oh my God, this is not getting better, Jack.
all coming
apart of my
plan, Jay.
And then all of a sudden, the plane becomes a giant green dragon, and
Ominous. Someone's been having too many brownies.
Omnibus? No.
I feel like Jay doesn't like me for some reason. Wants me to die in a plane crash.
I would never. No. You're all
oh,
beautiful.
we
amazing
lost
people.
Snack.
Love you all. You're all brilliant. I think she did say bye. I think she did say she had.
She did,
Oh.
yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I think we were all
Sorry
too
in the
distracted by
recording,
the,
Snack. When you get to
Okay.
see this, good night. I'm sorry we missed you saying good night, even if you were calling us grandpas.
But
No,
yeah,
happy
so
birthday,
we'll
boys.
We'll
yeah, happy
start.
birthday.
I'll start doing some prep. I have a few things that I do want to run. I'll chat to you, Spa, about future plans and what you want to do. Because I also have a bunch of games that aren't D&D on this bookshelf here, and I like my horror, so I'm happy to run something else that isn't D&D.
Yeah,
as well.
I felt like you trickled that a little bit in there when you kept telling me that dolls kept staring at me. I'm like, this is just I'm
Oh,
not
that
having a
was
good time.
dude.
I'm not having a good time.
So that thing that like did the to you, that's a boggle. It was moving those dolls to mess with you. They're pranksters. The dolls weren't moving.
A boggle, did you
Jesus
say?
Christ.
Boggle, a little fat boggle boy.
But they're all mimics, and I'm like, that's a
Oh,
lot of
No,
mimics.
no.
There
are a
Manic
lot of
was going
mimics.
into a panic.
There are a lot of mimics, but they're not the toys. Trust me.
I will say that I do really want to play a monk. Not to kill luggage. I just really
Yeah?
want to play a monk. Like
Um,
in a D&D campaign with a monk.
Okay, I think
Yeah,
we've
too.
talked about that before.
We
I think the next adventure I'm most pumped to run. There's sort of
The
two of
Harry
them.
Potter one.
Strixhaven, a curriculum of chaos, which is sort of magical university. You're all characters who attend a Hogwarts style. Like it's a university, but to learn magic.
Only if someone dresses up like the snitch from Interns.
A lot of fun stuff to be done there. If we do that one, I do believe that Lily was going to give me a hand, and she was going to play a guest student who might pop up every now and again to give me a hand with storytelling stuff. Because she's been wanting to play Strixhaven forever, and every group that she's tried to put together has fallen apart. Curse of Strahd is an amazing option. Very classic adventure. There is also Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden. I've run that adventure 3 times. I fucking love it. It's great, guys. Read the Dritz novel.
Lily does not look happy when you said
No.
that.
I think she got excited by Strixhaven.
Yeah, Strixhaven's sort of the most exciting one there, I think. The other one is some sort of Eberron campaign, which if I did Strixhaven, I would probably transfer it into the world of Eberron, just because Eberron's a fun word. She's pulled out Curse of Strahd. No, Lily, where's my giant box of Strahd? I think it's in the cupboard, isn't it?
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't Strahd a multiple book campaign?
No, it's
Can you make your own
no,
homebrew
it's
one for
just
us?
existed in every edition of the game. No, but I do have this version of Curse of Strahd,
Oh my god.
which is the revamped 5th edition version, which is
Holy
very big
snapping
and shaped
duck
like a
shit.
coffin. And there's beautiful Strahd, and his stat block's on the back. It's very handy. But no, in the revamped
Can you
one,
show
they
us
did
the stat
split it
block
into-
again? Just
Yeah.
Sure. I doubt you'll remember it.
There was a lot there.
Yeah, it's big. He is the
That's a
final boss.
l-
He is so Strahd von Zarevich. Fun fact about 5th edition Faerun lore, the big bad for this campaign, is literally the first vampire ever in any world. In the entire multiverse of D&D, Strahd is the first vampire, despite only being 400 years old. Figure that one out.
No, that sounds very difficult to figure
A
out.
meager 400.
No,
It
time
sounds
moves.
like there's gonna be a very complex way of telling how he transversed the planes.
No, he is trapped in his own demi-plane called Barovia, and time moves more slowly there than the rest of the world. So despite being the first vampire, there are vampires much older than him. He's just the first. He's not the most powerful. But yeah,
That
no,
sounds like a pretty big sandbox.
It is. That adventure is literally just here is the map. Figure out how the fuck to escape. You guys, it's pretty much the same as this one, where you guys get trapped in a place. You know that you have to. You guys know how what's the game? Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. When you come out, you can see Ganon in the distance, and you can just go fight him, but you probably shouldn't. It's the same. Like you know where Strahd is. You know you have to kill him to get out. You can go fight him at any time you want. But the whole point of the adventure is you guys travel Barovia, the
And
valley,
level
and
up.
basically try to earn allies, find magic items, and try to get to a point where you're confident enough that you can delve into what is possibly the greatest dungeon crawl of all time, that is Castle Ravenloft. 489 different rooms of pure death, baby.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
I
I've never
wrote-
done a true dungeon crawl before. So
It's
that would be very
oh,
daunting.
it's a dungeon crawl. I've been looking through. Someone created a full map of it on Tailspire, and fucking
Wow.
cool map. But yeah, no, I have a bunch of different adventures that we can run. Also got Vampire the Masquerade if you guys want to do some stuff where you play as vampires, and I got Call of Cthulhu if you guys want to do some of that horror stuff. So, bunch of different stuff. but that's up to
I
you.
got to be
guys.
honest, Strahd sounds like my front runner, but I know some of you more experienced guys have probably already played versions of it.
No, everything that
No, I
I've played
haven't.
has been homebrew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
The other
went.
option is if we do Strixhaven, there is a source book for Strixhaven, but I'll be running it as a homebrew adventure. I'll just be using Strixhaven, the book, as a base to base my school off of.
Actually, I quite like the school one. I think that one sounds
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, you guys will basically
School,
be
yeah.
joining as first year students. You don't have to play magical classes. There's a really fun. The way it's laid out is kind of like Hogwarts, where you got your 4 houses, but there's 5 schools as they're called, and each school focuses like Witherbloom, for example, focuses on life and death magic. But you like Lawhold focuses on law and chaos, and they specifically study history
Mm.
and how like chaotic yet still structured the history of stuff can be. So something very interesting that the book does is you don't have to play a magic class. You could say play a barbarian path of the spirits or whatever, and join Lawhold, for example, because you don't have to play a magic class to go to the magical university because of the way that it is set up for you. It's very fun. Very, very fun adventure that can let me do a lot of things. You guys get to interact with other students, hang out on campus, take classes. A lot of your adventures in that will be as part of classes and lectures that you'll have to attend together, basically, whilst also trying to navigate the confusing and, sexually tense life of a teenager.
It sounds a lot like it
Oh,
sounds a lot
geez,
better
mister.
than the because I'm not sure if you know the Adventure Zone podcast.
Yes.
That sounds like their 3rd season when they did Graduation.
Yes.
But that sounds a lot better than Graduation, to be honest.
Kind of similar. It's kind of similar to the Dimension 20's first series, Fantasy High, but with a much larger focus on you actually have to attend school. The idea being that you guys will level up at the end of every school year. So you'll start at level 2, and then the end of every school year, you guys will, if you pass your exam and move on to the next year, you level up. If you don't pass your exam, fucking too bad. And yeah, you guys there'll be an overarching story, but each year will be split into 3 semesters, and each semester will have sort of like its own mini story within it, so we can do lots of different stuff throughout the course of it, and then there'll be one overarching story that carries through the entire thing. You guys will get to meet a bunch of other students, and like I said, Lily already has a character made that's a 2nd year student. So she'll be popping in every now and again as sort of like your orientation guide to give you guys a hand, because she, I think, knows just as much about Strixhaven as I do, and kind of can't be a proper player anymore. She's been so pumped for this adventure for so long. I think I've arranged 2 different. I've arranged one group. She's arranged one group. We've had 2 different groups fall through for this adventure. So good fun.
That's bad. That sucks.
It happens. Life gets in the way of D&D. This is my only group now. All of my other groups have fallen through now because of work. So
What?
Oh, I'm sorry to hear, man, because you had quite
it just happens.
swag.
My rostered shifts at the earliest I get off work at about 8:30 at night, and my groups usually start a lot earlier. You guys are the only group I can keep because my Mondays I'm off by 8 or 9 and can be home by 10. So
Yeah. I'm glad that worked out.
sucks.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry for
anyway.
the rest. Yeah. I don't know how much you enjoy doing it too.
Oh, I love it. It's great. I actually just ordered some new D&D stuff the other day that I'm really excited to use. I ordered some Good Boy Bad Boy cards from D&D's for Nerds. That amazing podcast